Let's face it, guys, when the champ makes a suggestion, you take it as an order. Angels, what is going on? The Champ Strider here with an update on the Aiming Pro Season 3 update. And last week I made a video talking about the new Season 3 release, and I was a tad negative on the skill assessments. And I was actually kind of worried that there would just be like a mob of people at my door with pitchforks, since I know a lot of people are real excited for the new season, and here I am going like, you know, it's alright. But I spoke up, and it kind of got some conversation going, and it seemed like a lot of the core veteran Aiming Pro community kind of had similar sentiments as me. And here's the thing when you throw your opinion up about a game, whether it be about like bad hit detection, bad servers, or just like that rigged matchmaking that's disguised as skill-based matching, FU Activision. It doesn't matter how right you are. Usually the developers, they just tell you to go pound sand. And here's where I want to really shout out the Aiming Pro team, because it's difficult to receive criticism, especially when you've put a lot of time into something, working on it. Like, I'll hit some like top 1K, top 500 scores in some big Kovacs drills, and kids on Reddit will still tell me I'm trash, and it hurts, guys. And if you look at some of the big companies like Activision or EA, they could care less about community feedback as long as they're selling microtransactions to bots. And now the Aiming Pro team, rather than tell me like, hey dude, champ, if you don't like it, go play Aim Labs, they actually the next day had a new beta skill assessment playlist in their Discord, and they were asking for feedback from some of the veteran players. So the devs and the players spent some time with the new assessments and tweaking things, and they just relaunched Season 3 based on community feedback. What a time to be a gamer. So let's talk about how these new changes affect your Aiming Pro training, since the data will back up that the majority of the community only plays the global aim rank drills. And we start off here with a huge change. Tile Frenzy is gone and has been replaced with Hexakill, which is a huge step up for skill building. We all know Tile Frenzy is loved by casuals, and it's not really a great way to improve your in-game aim. And for someone new to aim training, you're kind of setting them up for failure having Tile Frenzy on the front page, since then they'll just spam that drill and go to Twitter saying, you know, aim training doesn't work after just only doing Tile Frenzy. So the Hexakill drill is basically a variation of wide wall 5 targets, and it mixes speed and precision with different flick distances, and this is a drill I would consider a core skill builder, so it's great to see it on the front page and should definitely be included in your regular training. Next we have the Switch Frenzy, where they refined the target switching drill and they took out the increasing difficulty and the shrinking targets that used to happen as the drill progressed, and this allows you to focus on the actual point of the drill, which is your switches. And I'm not a fan of mini targets on switching drills because it almost turns into a smoothness tracking drill. So this was a great change, and it definitely makes it a better skill building drill in my opinion. Third up, we actually have an engaging flick assessment, and it's funny because the flick assessment has always been just universally hated by the community, but the new one is actually really good, and it reminds me a lot of one wall, two target small flicks, and it's definitely something that could be a core skill builder to just grind away at. And lastly, they just completely reworked the tracking drill, and it's a huge step up. And it's actually really hard too, so it really lets some of those crazy good tracking players shine. And I really like that it has different bot profiles that you can actually kill, because I know I can't be the only person here who sometimes struggles to pay attention for the whole minute on the invincible tracking drills. And I think the bot profiles here are really good and really varied, which is nice. So now let's talk about how this changes your training, since in last week's video I recommended to get off the global aim tab and click the Season 3 tab, as the drills there are just much stronger fundamental aim builders. And I still want to recommend deep diving into that Season 3 tab, however the global aim tab is now a very nicely balanced and viable way to train your aim. Like if you're just starting on Aiming Pro and you do each of the global aiming exercises 5 times each a day, you'll see some real improvement in your aiming skills and mouse control. That being said, variety is just so important, and it's underrated in aim training. Everyone worries about getting on like a set routine and doing it for a long time. But the best approach is to vary your drills each day. So select 5 or 6 drills from the Season 3 tab or the Global Aim tab and continue with that 30-minute a day of training, and you'll be well on your way to hitting some champ-like snipes and clips. Alright guys, so that brings us to the end of our Season 3 update to the update, and I want to know in the comments, do you guys want me to keep covering new news and patches in the aim training community? Because it seems like these type of videos have generated a bit of engagement, and if you haven't done it yet, become an angel by subscribing so that weekly FPS content pops up in your feed. Champ out.